This video is sponsored by Babbel. More on them after the reaction, people. What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? We have just been in a much light-hearted, fair mood. So we have decided that we are going to watch this movie today. Thank you for recommending it. Easy A, starring Emma Stone, a.k.a. America's National Treasure, featuring Nicolas Cage. John, you said you've read the book that this is based on or something?
I did. Once in high school, I actually read The Scarlet Letter.
I don't know what that is, and I have no clue what this movie is about, but I do love Emma Stone and everything I have ever seen her in, so I'm excited to see it. But guys, we got a lot lined up for the month of December, and probably going to be getting all the way into January, so please go ahead, leave a like on this video. That'd be very much appreciated. Be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when a reaction for something that is up that piques your interest. Thank you to Prepper for helping us edit down these highlights. And as always, full-length reaction watch along. That's where you sync up with your own copy that is available for super sexy rejects over at our Patreon page. Over there, we cover several things exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. John, are you finally ready to see the adaptation you have been chomping at the bit to see this whole
Actually,
time?
I got a few more things to say if you don't mind.
I do mind.
I gotta. Oh, all right, fine.
Just shut up.
Woo!
This looks familiar.
Oh, it's Ojai. Hey, I've been to Ojai. Uh-oh. Someone's selling drugs.
Oh, Amanda Bynes is in this.
Hey! And use Penn Badgley.
That's a creative use of the credits. It's like playing Waldo with credits.
If Google Earth were a guy, he couldn't find me if I was dressed up as a 10-story building.
Mm-hmm.
What does it all mean? Why am I here? Blah. But don't.
Lisa Kudrow.
And Malcolm McDowell.
Though it sure started out that way. And then it changed pretty quickly when I started lying about some very personal things.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That I, Olive Pendergast, being of sound mind and, hello, average breast size,
Oh, no.
here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Alrighty.
Starting now.
Whoa.
And what better way to share my private thoughts than to broadcast them on the internet?
And Emma Stone.
The shudder-inducing and cliched, however, totally false account of how I lost my virginity to a guy at a community college.
What?
Oh, no.
George is like what you name your teddy bear, not the name you want to scream out during climax.
I assume you mean?
The stable and self-perpetuating end stage of the evolution of a plant community.
Yeah.
But I don't say it out loud lest someone get the wrong idea. I think you know innuendo is attached to everything these days.
Innuendo? Whatever do you mean?
Rhiannon. Hugs not drugs. Mess with the bull, get the horns, and any other cliches you can come up with.
I love a good cliche.
Yeah, buddy.
And here is where the trouble began. The lie that started the whole thing.
I cannot go camping with you, okay? I'm sorry, but I have a date.
With who?
You don't know?
Then neither do you selfish bitch.
He goes to college with my brother.
Okay, what's his name then?
He lives in Canada.
A couple weeks ago, she asked me to come camping with her family, and I don't know why I didn't want to go. A little because I didn't really feel like hanging out with her all weekend.
What is this credits choice?
Yeah.
And I live in California. I ate dinner at her house
Whoa.
once, and I swore never again.
This is interesting.
Patchouli burger.
We grew it in our victory garden.
Thank you. I'm trying to watch my figure.
Beautiful.
I'm not.
Wardrobe tape doing its job, boy.
I lied and told her I couldn't go because I had a date with a friend of my brother's named George.
Let's just face it, there is no such thing as a sexy George.
George Clooney, George Soros.
George Lazenby.
Dude, James B.
George Miller.
And here's how I really spent the weekend. Ugh, worst song ever.
Don't be hating.
Nah, it's stuck in your head. Yeah.
Is it very much my high school music cycle.
Oh, wow. I gotta
So accurate.
Sunny late afternoon.
It's a good place. So accurate.
Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. What?
You didn't have.
No, of course not.
You liar. You totally lost your V card to him.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
Rhea, I'm not that kind of girl.
Oh, really? The kind that does it? Or the kind that does it and doesn't have the lady balls to tell her best friend?
You know exactly what she meant.
How are you guys best friends?
I want every detail. Now, shitface.
You're not really heading in the right direction with that one either.
Tell me.
We did it.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Now you're a super slut like me.
I don't think letting Peter Headland motorboat you behind a Bed Bath & Beyond really makes you a super slut.
Intermediate slut.
Whatever. This isn't about me. This is about you.
What'd you let him do? It was normal.
Be vivid.
Great detail.
I don't know why I did it. I guess maybe it was because it was the first time I had sort of felt superior to Rhea. But I just started piling on lie after lie. It was like setting up Jenga.
It's a good device.
I know what it's like.
Glade candles, you sweet, of course.
It's gonna spread.
Oh, Amanda, please.
What the hell are you looking at, Sister Christian? Just a couple of admitted.
Oh, Sister Christian, indeed.
Mary Ann Bryant is the secretary of the student council and the president of the Cross Your Heart Club, a club dedicated to shoving their beliefs down people's throats.
As it should be.
That's their faith.
Amen.
Give it up for your very own Blue Devil!
This is the work of the devil.
Damn.
How can we exhibit school pride when we're conveyed to others as Satan worshippers?
Now, thankfully, we're the much less intimidating.
Who art in heaven.
Oh no.
That's a beaver.
I like Todd much better when he was topless.
Yeah, but even dressed as a woodchuck, I still fantasize about him.
Oh. You could get it. Ouch.
Now, Marianne had a new cause celeb, me. Which brings us to part 2, the accelerated velocity of terminological inexactitude, which is really just my obnoxious way of saying that lies travel fast.
Good.
My terminological inexactitude accelerate with velocity.
Good turns of phrase in this movie.
I really like the directing of it, and the editing of it is solid.
It's a
There's like
comedy
real style
with
to
a
it.
definite, visual style and language.
Yeah, it's a sharp rhythm and stuff. Yeah.
Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Word travels fast.
Wow, the anxieties of high school.
Can I, talk to you alone for a second?
You gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
She totally has given her flower away.
Yep.
Olive. That's your name, right?
Yeah, and you're Marianne. We've had 9 classes together since kindergarten. 10, if you count Religion of Other Cultures, which you didn't because you called it science fiction and refused to go.
Oh yeah. Amen.
I hope for your sake that God has a sense of humor.
Oh, I have 17 years worth of anecdotal proof he does.
Yeet.
I just hope for your sake that you've cleaned the sheets.
Gotta watch them every week.
For the first time ever, my sexual exploits were the talk of the school. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. It was the second time. The first time was back in 8th grade when all I wanted was a kiss from this guy I'd always had a crush on.
No.
Oh, spin the bottle. The good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, 7 minutes to
Such
7.
a great, encouraging game.
Luckily, we had a super romantic song from our youth to set the mood. This is the part where you're supposed to stick your in my mouth.
No, that's direct.
Let's do it.
According to my watch, you have 382 of them.
How do you do that? What? Add so fast. And you also talk like a grown-up.
Don't worry. I'm not nearly as smart as I think I am.
Is that actress's actual voice? Sounds like
cannot
Emma
tell.
Stone, but younger.
We didn't do anything. Could you still tell people we kissed?
Absolutely.
I think it is.
Sure, Todd.
I actually didn't want to lie that time. Although, when people thought I kissed someone, they didn't really care. But when they thought that I slept with someone...
Hey, Olive. How's it going?
Oh yeah. Totally different place in the social food chain.
That didn't happen for me.
Nobody cared when I lost mine.
People were like, "With him?
What took you so long?"
You guys know that I was here all weekend, right?
You were upstairs.
Yeah. You would testify to that?
I would take a bullet for you, right between the eyes. I would slit my throat rather than say something to someone that you didn't want me to say.
We need a third example.
I like the pants.
Thank you. They're Costco. You can have them when you get a little taller if you want.
I'm never gonna go through puberty.
Aww.
I didn't until I was 14, nor did Olive.
Why does that matter? I'm adopted.
What? Oh my God! Who told you? We were gonna do this at the right time.
Listen to me. Even when a man and a woman love each other very much, like your mother and I used to,
Jeez.
insides just don't cooperate with each other.
Honey, why do you want us to take a bullet if anyone asks if you were here all weekend?
It's nothing. It's just the rumor mill.
What's the rumor mill churning out these days?
Hot goss.
It's a little low on grist.
Oh, clever wordplay. I like it very much. You must be related to me.
Only by marriage.
Give it to me.
I want to be adopted by them.
Patricia Arquette, Stanley Tucci, I'm right here.
Remember how I told you Google Earth couldn't find me if I was dressed up as a 10-story building?
Yeah, you gotta dress as something more interesting.
It could find me if I was dressed as a crack on a sidewalk. That's the beauty of being a girl in high school. People hear you had sex once and bam, you're a bimbo. I gotta admit, I kind of liked being on the map.
I know. I like attention in any form.
Clearly, Nathaniel Hawthorne is a complex writer. I read him originally when I was 5.
Whoa.
I struggled. So I'm going to break it down for you.
Is she attracted to Thomas Hayden Church?
I think.
Ironically, we were studying the Scarlet Letter. Isn't that always the way? The books you read in class always seem to have some strong connection with whatever angsty adolescent drama is going on.
You're Hester Prynne.
For those of you who haven't read The Scarlet Letter, here's all you need to know. This girl named Hester Prynne has an affair with a minister, is besmirched, and made to wear a red A for adulterer. The town realizes she was too harshly judged, and she's really a good person, and she dies a saint. Rent the movie, but make sure it's the original, not the Demi Moore version.
That sounds fun.
Wow.
To say that one was freely adapted is a bit of an understatement, Governor.
That's right.
She is so natural.
Yeah, it's crazy. She has it.
I think Hester Prynne was a skank.
So you don't think she was a victim at all?
She brought it on herself. Perhaps you should embroider a red A on your wardrobe, you abominable tramp.
Wow.
You should get a wardrobe, you abominable
Whoa.
Whoa.
Not my best line, but it was provocative enough to land me in the principal's office.
I mean, she just fornicated. She didn't adulterate.
Yeah, it's true. Guy wasn't married per her account.
I just hope for your sake you at least had the good sense to use protection.
Why? Your parents didn't.
You're going to hell.
Just as long as you won't be there.
I can assure you, I won't.
You got enough staples in that document there?
You ladies are tense. You need to get laid.
Whoa.
Hello, handsome.
Hey, buddy.
This is the first time I've done anything remotely misbehavioral.
This is foul.
Coming from you, that means a lot.
You use a word like this again in my school, be your last, you understand?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this isn't one of those progressive schools where the teachers are called by their first names.
I hate that.
This is
The
a
hell with
public school. If I can keep the girls off the pole and the boys off the pipe, I get a bonus.
Wowie. Wowie. Preach, man.
Now, am I making myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Don't be a stripper.
Even though it was my slutty alter ego that said a bad word in school, it was my ass that got in trouble.
What's your alter ego's name?
This does kind of feel like an 80s comedy at the same time, too. Those 80s high school comedies.
Oh my God, the illusion is shattered. This is exactly why they put you in the gas chamber if you take your head off at Disney World.
Actually, I think they just, they fire you. You're thinking of Disneyland. Disney World is much more liberal.
They put you in Disney prison.
Are you going to Melody Bostick's party?
I hadn't planned on it.
Me neither.
They're very liberal. The guy went naked at It's a Small World. Did you hear about that?
No. Was he allowed
straight.
Was he allowed to do it?
Yeah.
Did they tolerate it
gave him
because that's his
permission.
lifestyle? They were like, you know what? Who need to judge?
I think I'm in love with you.
Okay.
Please tell me you at least left a mark on that little scrunched up face of hers.
It's not true.
It wasn't the left hip? It was the right one. I always pegged you for a southpaw.
Southpaw.
It didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, right. Your secret stayed with me, you little sex monkey.
Jeez. Wait.
Which one of the dynamic are we?
I am definitely the blonde girl. It's
pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Let's just say it was an inappropriate word.
Well, what did it start with?
Tea.
Oh, tea.
Tea.
Yes, let's go. It's better in the British accent. I'll die on that hill. I don't like in the American accent with the TW word.
T.
It's an improv game.
Noun, adjective, or verb?
Noun. It's definitely slang. Think British.
Tallywhacker?
Telly.
Tube.
Spell it with your P.
Oh, yeah, spell it with your P.
All right.
So does this have anything to do with the rumor that you mentioned the other night?
I love how sophisticated they are with their language.
What's that? Twit.
That's an A, honey.
Oh.
And I bet that girl was acting like exactly what you called her.
Oh, you have no idea.
Always so supportive. There's got to be some type of weird drama in this family that we don't know about.
Yeah. Their dynamic is heightened, but
Where are you from originally?
You already said,
where are you from originally? Like, they're not quite real, but I buy it somehow.
The openness and acceptance, I really just love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The quirkiness is so fun.
And their dynamic is so loose together and fun.
Yeah, why are you here? Judging from the amount of blood I saw gushing out of your nose, I thought you were the bullied.
You'd think, but Principal Gibbons is a homophobe, which is why I called him a fascist.
Hey.
So what's with your new look? Very couture.
Bars.
I also heard he was twice your age.
Oh, no. He was a freshman in college.
He's not real.
What?
Guy I slept with. I made him up.
Wait, you started the rumor?
Indirectly, I guess, sort of.
Cutting back and forth is so disorienting because she's cleaning over there. He's cleaning over there.
That's really messed up. Well, you're not even a real slut. You just want people to think you are. It's pathetic.
You could probably learn something from me, Brando.
Are you saying that I should act straight so people will like me?
Oh, golly.
Guys.
I was just suggesting that maybe these kids we call peers are onto something. You know, like Marianne Bryant. Maybe that whole stuck-up Jesus freak thing is an act.
I need to see my gay friends more often.
They have the sagest advice.
There's just that back and forth you get with a gay guy. You don't really get with hetero friends.
It's like a whole other reality you step into.
You're being pretty cavalier about this. Aren't you supposed to be like eternally in love with him and shit?
Yes, I believe so. If I was a gossip girl in a Sweet Valley with traveling pants. But, no, I'm not.
Such a mishmash of titles there.
The dialogue in the script is so much to carry.
Yeah.
I was just talking about you with my friend Rhiannon. You know Rhiannon. She's perpetually angry. She curses like a Somali sailor. Yep.
Right. Big. What is big? Bedazzling personality.
Big.
That's my identifier.
Yes.
Great identifier.
Yes.
Wants to talk to me about something.
Yeah, probably wants to borrow an outfit.
Whatever, big tits.
Thank you. Woo! Big tits.
It's really praise the editing, but there's a weird snappiness there.
Yeah.
The next day, things took a turn for the scandalous. Which brings us to part 3. A lady's choice and a gentleman's agreement.
I don't remember what the writing credits were. I'm trying to figure out whose voice is in here. It's like there are ways in which the interactions are very like...
I know a bomb back.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there an olive here?
There's a whole jar of them in the fridge.
Sorry, I must have the wrong address.
Just kidding, come on in. Any friend of Olive's is a friend of our daughter's.
Oh, it just took me a minute.
Oh, happy day, Mama. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to spend my dowry on booze and pills to numb the loneliness.
There's a whole family of theater kids.
Olive has a boy in her room.
A boy?
A boy.
Wow, a boy.
A boy.
A boy?
A what now?
I will never be a dad like them.
Oh, you will.
I mean, like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Oh, wow. They're taking the lies to a whole new level.
Yeah.
You said I should pretend to be straight, so...
Yeah, I didn't mean with me. You're not really, my type.
Yeah, you're not really my type either.
Yeah, I know that. I got that V where you'd rather see a P. You know that I didn't really have sex with a college guy, right? I just told everybody I did.
So you're saying I shouldn't really have sex, I should just say I had sex with someone.
Problem solved.
Been doing it my whole life, man.
Make quite a living out of it.
Get yourself a ring. People think you're like...
People think you've done a lot of stuff you haven't done. It's amazing. You just act like you're supposed to be there.
We could help each other out.
You are on crack.
It doesn't have to be a bonk. It could be anything. It could be an imaginary butterbean, lemon squeeze, cowbell.
I don't know what any of that means.
Well, that's because you're a virgin.
Do you learn a whole new type of vernacular when you...
Your V card on the back has a glossary of terms. These are how you refer to acts now, and parts and people.
I'm being suffocated, and sure, we can sit and fantasize all we want about how things are going to be different one day, but this is today, and it sucks.
Poor guy.
Dude.
Please just help me, because I can't take another day of this. I don't know what I'll do.
Just agree to it. We need the movie to happen.
Pinky promise.
I don't do anything half-assed.
We're going to do it in front of the whole school.
We're going to tape it. We're going to put it online.
All right? You have to do everything I say and tell everyone that I am sensational.
We're going to need to practice on something.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next night was the party at Melody Bostick's house. She is the most popular girl in school. Her parents let her have these huge parties every time she catches them doing it in the pool.
Yeah.
I borrowed a dress from my mom, Brandon borrowed a jacket from me, and we put on a little show.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Brandon?
What's up?
I hope you don't mind, but we had a few pre-cocktail party cocktails.
We just came from the super bad party.
Here's the sitch, Melody Bostick. Yeah. Brandon was just in the middle of telling me this really funny thing. There's like a room where we could go, where he could finish telling me that thing that's funny.
Just like her face during those moments.
Was that Olive with Brandon?
I know. What the hell, right?
You guys are my butt ass.
If we lived in a post-Love Simon universe when this was made, none of this would be happening. And sneak out the window. Whoa! Let's go.
Whoa.
Realism.
What are you doing?
Relax. Jesus, what is with you gays? Are you really that repulsed by lady parts? What do you think I have down there, a gnome?
That'd be funny. What old house has this keyhole you can look through?
I accept it.
Sure.
Now grunt, and make it convincing. Just grunt.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Commit to the bit.
Like that?
A little better.
I like that.
You can just pretend she's a guy from that angle.
Oh, don't stop.
No.
Thank you for the back.
Yeah, that's not gonna make people think you're straight.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
You smell that?
You smell that?
Oh, did he just say it smelled?
Isn't it supposed to smell?
I don't know, but if it does, you're not supposed to comment on it. Ready for the grand finale?
Yeah. What?
I love how she thinks she sounds real.
Yeah, I know. She's like, do it more like me. I know what I'm talking about.
Go forth, my son. You're a man now.
Her whole sex life is a lie.
You gotta mess your hair up more, guys.
Here,
What is this?
evidence.
Smell this guy!
Everyone look!
It's the smell I was talking about!
Hey, who wants a sample? Who wants a deeply problematic sample? Yeah. Oh, my man's is accepted now. And the movie can end here and it will have all been worth it.
Whoa, hey.
Todd, hi. What are you doing here? I thought you were at your cousin's rehearsal dinner.
It was a quick rehearsal. I only had one line.
I do.
You're way too old for high school, man. You're like noticeably old.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Can I get you a beer?
That rhymed.
He also seems so cool for Mr. Mascot Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he is surprisingly charming, handsome, the full package, really.
I always thought pretending to lose my virginity would be a little more, I don't know, special. Judy Blume should have prepared me for that.
Why are you documenting all this? Is this like a video journal?
Yeah, who is it to?
He seemed a little incredibly gay. I just want you to know your father and I are totally supportive. We love you no matter what the sexual orientation of your opposite sex partner. I dated a homosexual.
Tell me you did not marry and have children with him.
No.
Stanley Tucci's not actually gay.
Your father is as straight as they come. A little too straight, if you know what I mean, girlfriend.
He's a homophobe.
Can you shut the door, please?
Okay, door's right over there. Keep going.
That is actually one of the funnier versions of the quirky, sexually free parent who says too much.
Yeah.
Normally the jokes are so just like straightforward vulgar.
Well, they're playing her like that's just their characters, not like, this is hilarious comedy jokes we're writing. How raunchy we are.
Is it true you got with Brandon at Melody Dipshit's party?
Yo, BT, calm down.
Yeah.
Just because you lost your virginity doesn't mean you can go around throwing your cat at everybody.
I'm not throwing my cat at everybody.
What does that mean?
Maybe there's a cat they haven't established yet on screen, but that
There's
she
lingo these
she
kids
gave
have.
it to somebody.
Best friend's duty to let her know that everyone, and I do mean everyone, is calling her a dirty skank.
Jeez, man.
And you're a jealous virgin.
Dang.
People thought I was a dirty skank. Fine.
I will become.
Be the dirtiest
Yeah.
skank they'd ever seen.
Oh,
wow, she
boy.
is becoming the lie. This movie's gonna end in just a crazy orgy.
Oh, yeah. Just like the original book version of It. The only way to get back to our non-slutty reality.
Sounds like you're having sex in here, which I know can't be true due to the fact that you have a homosexual boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend.
No judgment. All God's children. I was gay once. We all do it. It's okay.
Beautiful. I don't know what reality they belong to, but
I
I'm
was
here
gay
for it.
once. We all do
We all do it.
This is I could see how the creators of Cruella saw this and were like, this is her right here.
Yep. But Disney.
The A.
Hey, someone was listening in class.
It's weird. I've seen Cruella and now I see the similarities between some.
My name is an anagram for I love.
What's an anagram?
Look it up, big boy.
Jeez.
We are officially over. Oh, rats. Hey, I want my juicy sweatshirt back. It was way too loose around your chest anyway.
Ouch, man. Those juicy tracksuits were like everything at this time. Everybody had one.
I think it's really cool to see a high school female character who's actually like really, really intelligent and articulate, has a wide range of vocabulary, you know? It's really cool to see. And it feels natural.
We need to pray for her.
Amen.
But we also need to get her the hell out of here.
Amen.
I was there. I heard the whole thing.
That's not something you need to advertise, Kurt.
Sorry, but I was.
Who's that guy next to Amanda Bynes?
Cam Gigandet. He's been in stuff. He was in a Twilight, I think.
Yes, yes.
Make God a promise that we will remain pure and chaste until marriage.
We promise.
We promise.
Sad part is I've
the
definitely known a
guitar
lot
boy.
of people like her.
Oh, yeah.
I pressed so hard they could not stand. Let my people go.
Woo! That's a great song.
Brandon told me what you did for him.
Rest assured, it was equally as thrilling for me.
He told me the truth. I was just hoping that maybe you could do the same for me.
No!
Yes.
I am about 6 seconds away from slapping you so hard, your teeth will bleed.
Can you do it in front of everyone? I don't need your permission, you know.
What the hell did you just say, man?
Are you threatening me?
I'll give you $100.
You are repugnant.
Duh. That's the problem.
Oh.
I would not.
Look
Oh,
at you. Look at me. No, I mean, not after a crack like that. Not after the whole, like, I could just do it anyway.
I want a $100 gift card deposited into my locker by noon tomorrow.
Are you in?
Whatever.
Get out of hand.
Deal then.
Aw.
Thanks, Olive.
This is getting dark.
She's a what's an ad-friendly way to say?
Rumor I was soliciting sex for money spread around the school faster than the first rumor about me spread.
Sure. And it's interesting too how like obviously this is like a real messy sexual situation, but she still has that like assurance and that like confidence in that way.
Yeah,
like effortlessly, and that's part of her like intellect and her whip crackness. Like she's just like she feels fully kind of realized.
Man, the way they shot
It's like
the montages and transitions is wild.
Yeah, it's spread like wildfire.
But for people who knew the truth, I was open for business. And whether I liked it or not, I had a lot of customers.
Guy looked like Joe Manganiello back there.
Phil Lord gave me $100
Phil
from
Lord.
Best Buy so he could tell people we hooked up behind the library.
What did Chris Miller give you?
Chris Miller gave me $40 worth of movie passes for my pretend cowbell.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yay! Are they involved? They must be. That's crazy. Do they write this?
But even that is better than Sanjay Chandrasekhar.
Seriously?
That's the guy from Broken Lizard or whatever.
20% off to Bath & Body Works. Is that how much our imaginary tryst meant to you?
It's all they can afford.
How's that my problem, amiga? I want John Cusack holding a boombox outside my window. I want Judd Nelson thrusting his fist into the air because he knows he got me just once.
Yeah.
I want my life to be like an 80s movie. Preferably one with a really awesome musical number.
Are we going to get a musical number in this movie?
Definitely.
This brings us to part 4. How I, Olive Pendergast, went from assumed trollop to an actual homewrecker.
Oh,
Let's
no.
go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I think you're taking your reading assignment a little bit too seriously.
Well, I was really hoping to get an A.
It doesn't.
I don't know what your generation's fascination is with documenting your every thought, but I can assure you they're not all diamonds.
Such beautiful delivery.
If I read one more paper from one of your classmates who talks about how hot she is in the bathtub, her fake British accent, or is she still married to Ashton Kutcher, I'm gonna kill myself.
Kutcher.
Stay golden.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Hi.
Oh, that's right. She's in this. Yeah.
Hey.
Avengers.
D is for delightful.
See you.
How are ya? No.
Yeah, right here in front of the window.
Oh wait, that's not the girl everyone's talking about, is it?
It is.
You know that snotty Jesus freak office aide I have has been bitching about her.
Ugh. This is a public school, baby.
Hey,
Making spaghetti with meat
enjoy eating your meat.
and balls.
Enjoy eating your balls.
Enjoy both of them.
Dude, everyone is perfectly cast.
Yeah.
I'm a little questioned about Penn Badgley. It's the only part of this movie.
He and her best friend both seem like a little bit more older and polished than everybody else, but like I still like them both.
If I open up to you, do you promise this stays in confidence?
Yeah, I'm the guidance counselor. That's what I do.
I mean, I have a reputation to uphold.
Don't you, though?
Know all about it already.
Don't tell anyone I'm doing this.
Oh,
Please.
boy.
I really don't need those.
Oh, you really do. Olive, do what you gotta do, okay? Let your freak flag fly. Just make sure you have an...
Yeah, fistful of rubbers.
Was he having impure thoughts?
Yeah, it must have been. Maybe he's also gay. Every guy at the school's gay.
Why was he blubbering like a baby? Is he struggling with his sexuality?
No, you insensitive rhymes with witch. His parents are going through a divorce.
Oh.
The ultimate sin.
Yeah, they're going to hell now. But you should still honor them pursuant to the 4th commandment.
Sometimes our boyfriend's parents, they get divorced.
Such a laugh. I love the sound design on that.
How long do these embraces usually last? Because I gotta go. But are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I'm gonna be okay.
Hug it out.
Wait, why are you even being so nice to me? I didn't. I got through to you. Can we please be friends?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
She's going to start some bullshit rumor, huh?
I guess. She's still accepting you in your wardrobe and all that stuff?
Micah is in the hospital. He is in so much pain. The nurse didn't know what was wrong.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Oh,
She's in a
jeez.
carrosse.
Yeah.
Well, it's just what I thought. Chlamydia.
Uh-oh.
Tell me now, or I will kill you right here.
Olive Pendergast!
Oh, dude.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Olive Pendergast.
No.
I have to call you back. Okay.
Oh,
That's
no.
cruel.
Oh,
no.
that rhymes with witch.
Hey.
Yay.
But what was I supposed to say? You know, and then my mom tells Marianne's mom,
Dude.
I love you and I want to be with you. And nobody can stop us.
not my mother, not Marianne, not even the school board or the president of the
Oh.
Americas.
The Americas.
That is shocking.
I would not have anticipated that in 1,000 years.
Wow, they totally
And
switched
they're
out.
both
You-
wearing
You
blue.
would think Thomas Hayden Church is the one.
Yeah. And they were in the same shade of blue, these two. Her and him.
I'm so sorry, Olive. I'm sorry, but I messed up.
Oh.
You know, you should know that my marriage is not great, okay? We haven't slept together in months, all right? So finally, this great-looking
Oh, no.
guy comes,
Oh, yeah.
Why are you pouring everything out?
and then we find out that he has chlamydia. So then he's telling everybody that it was you. So he has to say, because he didn't want me to lose my job, and he doesn't want to get in trouble either, so.
Wow.
But I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna tell everyone that it's me. Okay, I'll lose my job.
Will she take it on? She's gonna take on the lie.
Better pay me a lot of money for this.
I want $100 gift card.
Yes. Any local establishment will do.
I could have chlamydia.
Oh my God.
And the whole world knows I've been around.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't, because a real can't admit it to herself, much less others.
Oh. Ouch.
It's story is about.
It is. It's an allegory.
So I guess I shouldn't be too shocked that these people wanted my diseased ass out of there.
Jezebel.
Why are you doing this? I'm trying to make the school a better place.
Can we just start a petition to get rid of all the lead paint?
Thank you for helping with the budget.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm awesome. I'm awesome.
Screw all these people, Olive.
Haven't you heard? I already did.
I have. Aw, she gave that smoky eye just there.
Do you have a religion section?
It's right over there. Can I help you with something?
The Bible.
Oh, that's in bestsellers, right next to Twilight.
Yup. As it should be.
600 pages, single-spaced. And
That's
as
it?
every war that's ever been fought can tell you, there are many ways you can interpret it. Except the Civil War. That was pure racism.
Sure.
I've been pretending to be, what is the Catholic way of phrasing this? A harlot? Just that a lot of people have been asking me to do things, and I
Real
thought it was
them.
okay because it wasn't real.
Huh.
A lot of people hate me now.
No, it's real. Also, I've never had this good of lighting in any confessional ever, as any movie always does.
Aren't you supposed to say something? Want me to say 10 Hail Marys, pay a fine, advance token to nearest railroad? Hello?
Yeah, they're not just there all the time. Let's think of that.
What would be worse, lying or adultery? Or is lying about adultery just like double whammy? Sorry.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh!
Jesu Christe.
I had unwittingly sought advice from the father of the leader of my lynch mob.
No. L'Orange.
Okay, I've narrowed it down to the other Bolin girl or the bucket list.
Jeez.
It's a bucket list. This is it. This is the greatest decision.
I'm so happy with this decision.
I want to have a decision-making process like that.
Bucket list is R-rated.
Yeah. The progressive family.
How you've been dressing the last few days, no judgment, but you kind of look like a stripper.
Mom?
A high-end stripper for
Yes.
governors or athletes.
Yep.
You're kind of starting to worry us a little. Should we be kind of worried?
I don't think so. I got it all under control.
Okay? Then let's bucket list this bitch.
I love that family, especially the adopted kid. He's a real character.
He is a real cut up, that kid.
I still actually hadn't been asked out on a real date. I'm starting to think I actually did have a gnome down there. Until finally.
Hey, Olive.
You need a nomectomy.
Maybe want to go out or something? I was thinking about getting a hot air balloon, bringing along some champagne and then possibly reading some Sylvia Plath.
Please don't tell me this is a big prank they're playing.
Just go to the lobster shack, because it's, a little easier.
I love the Lobster Shack.
This is going to become Carrie.
Cool, all right.
Cool.
I don't know. I think I've seen this guy play Charming before. Maybe they're messing with us.
How much time's left in this movie?
Yeah. Where's Penn Badgley?
You're a real gentleman.
Nah, just a guy having dinner with a girl.
Asking her to eat with him.
Medical science really has not substantiated claims that any particular food increases sexual desire or performance, but guys just spend and spend to ply women with food they think is going to get them lucky. You know that some people actually eat grind-up rhinoceros horn because it's thought to increase the size of the male sex organ. That's not true at all.
Oh, no.
Am I talking too much?
No. You just burning through a lot of topics really fast.
Hope you're happy. Happy birthday's been the best.
Woodchuck Todd worked here.
Oh, this piece of cake is free. Happy birthday, you're the best. You're the best.
He's an aphrodisiac. He's got one right on top of his head. Happy.
Yum. I just remembered I am so allergic to shellfish.
Oh, dude.
I have a gift certificate. Keep the tip. Thank you. I'm sorry, but we have to go. Come on.
Just goes. Oh, no!
Yeah, we already got it. No.
This is a horror movie.
Oh, yes, this is my nightmare.
$200 to the Home Depot.
You knew this was coming, Pete.
So what did we do on this date?
Whatever $200 gets me.
Cheaps. Ew.
I'm not really having sex with people for money. I'm saying I'm having sex with people for money, but I'm not having sex with people for money.
Ugh.
Damn.
No, stop.
Come on, just relax.
Oh.
Come on, this is bullshit.
Nah, that truth needed to come out, boy. Oh, for the sake of your friend.
Hey, Olive.
Todd, hi.
I don't think he's real. I think he's in something of her imagination.
Yeah, she's hallucinating.
Yeah.
Let me drive you home.
I've got 4 different cars to choose from.
Yes. Take your pick.
You want to talk about it?
What's to say? Everybody thinks I'm a. For the first time, I'm starting to believe it.
What?
Oh.
Once upon a time, there was a scared little kid at a party in a dark room who was not ready for his first kiss, and there was this amazing girl who lied for him.
I still can't believe I remember that.
Oh.
Why wouldn't you remember that? I
Yeah,
totally
it's
remember
a big moment.
Sometimes I pretend you were my first real kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a vulnerable, emotional moment, you know?
Who was?
It was Rhiannon. Yeah, it was, I think it was like a year after that or something. It sucked, by the way.
Wow.
What? She knew how I felt about you.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, and here I am, feeling so bad. That's just perfect.
Wait, hold on a second. How do you feel about it?
Oh, no.
I said felt.
I thought I feel.
No, it's felt.
Playing it cool.
Yeah, in 2nd grade. What are you, like a savant for people's addresses?
Just for people who I think are cool.
You think I'm cool?
I do, and I think you're pretty.
I'm also a bartender.
Yep.
Why did that rumor spread?
I like to keep my business to myself.
The business I am a CEO of, to be clear.
If I promise not to tell anyone, could I kiss you right now?
I don't want to kiss you with mascara running down my face. I've wanted to kiss you since 8th grade. I need to get my business in order before I drag you into it.
What if I told you I want to be dragged into it?
I want in on this action.
I got $300 to Arby's for you.
Full partner. I'll scout them. You get the gift cards.
It's a really fascinating story.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this movie is about.
And it's a great twist on the. It's not just doing the book. It's like twisting it.
The lies had to stop. And I knew there was only one person I could count on to set the story straight. Brandon.
Did you hear that Brandon ran away from home? He left his parents a note that said, "I'm gay, bitches," and then he skipped out with some big hulking black guy.
Oh, he did it.
He did it.
I went to everyone I'd helped and begged them to say it wasn't true.
I gave you money.
You gave me a gift card to AutoZone. I don't even have a car.
Yep.
My guilt stems from my indiscretion and yours for lying.
I could just tell everyone the truth and get you fired and put in jail.
He is of age, okay? It's perfectly legal in the state of California. I checked.
Perfectly.
Why don't you ask yourself, if you were an adult, who would you believe, huh? Who would you believe? Who would you believe?
Oh, golly. Thou doth protest too much.
Mrs. Griffith was pure evil, but I still shouldn't have done what I did.
Your wife has chlamydia, and she's sleeping with a student, and she gave it to him, and she's trying to blame me.
There's the home wreck.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, golly.
Mr. Griffith, if you ever see this, just know that I was wrong.
Oh, this is how she's getting the truth out there. It's going on Facebook.
It's a video essay.
Or MySpace.
Yes. It's going on Friendster.
I ended a marriage. Looking back, that's the thing I regret the most.
Yeah. Transcends your.
It's okay.
High school strata.
He cheated on his fiance a lot in Sideways.
Sideways. Oh, yeah. He deserves it.
I had a similar situation when I was your age. I had a horrible reputation, and people said awful things about me. I slept with a whole bunch of people, a slew, a heap, a peck, mostly guys.
Mom!
You're wonderful. And you'll handle this the same way I did, with an incontrovertible sense of humor.
True that.
You're much smarter than I am, so you'll come out of this much better than I did.
Thank you.
They're great together.
I know.
So it was time to put an end to all this once and for all by telling my side of the story.
Interesting to have this location with her best friend and then now have her with her mom at night.
Part 5. Not with a fizzle, but with a bang.
Because of all those people you didn't bang.
I had one outfit left, and I figured about 30 seconds to do it. Plus, I really wanted my own awesome musical number.
Oh, yeah, she's getting it.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey. It's funny, she's in a wood pile. Hey, the Blue Devil is back.
Is she gonna tell the truth?
Yeah. Knock on wood.
She got the best looking guy in the whole school.
Yep. That's how you do it.
For the main event, log on to www.freeolive.com tonight at 6 p.m. And I know it interferes with the basketball game, but come on, would you rather be here cheering on the Woodchucks or watch me do one?
What on earth?
Here you all are, listening to me pretend to have sex with Brandon, paying me to lie for you, and calling me every name in the book. You know what? It was just like Hester. That's the one thing the movies don't tell you. How shitty it feels to be an outcast.
Yeah.
Warranted or not.
Perfect update.
I borrowed my neighbor's mower. I came right over.
That almost rhymed.
I know. I spent a minute on it.
Wow.
Hey.
He's done it all.
My man.
That's Todd. I really like this guy. I might even lose my virginity to him. I don't know when it'll happen, but it is nobody's goddamn business.
True that. But your own.
You'd be a terrible influencer.
No. You've earned it, kids. Excelsior! Let's blow this popsicle stand. Hey, the wacky credits are back. I like it.
Whoa, I want to see who made it.
Dad's name was Dill.
My wife's name's Olivia, which means olive branch.
Oh, snap. Look out now.
Which would explain why I'm so freaking attracted to Emma Stone.
Yeah, this makes sense. It's all clicking together, man. She dictated your whole life path. Yolanda Snowball. They really,
of course those guys.
They really used Ojai to the fullest. This is a really cool way to do the end credits. As an end credits person.
Yeah, man, going with John's family to see movies growing up. Like, I'm ready to... Nope. We're sitting through
that last fade out. It's like, we gotta get out of here. Nah, man, just chill. Appreciate.
Just before Marvel.
Before Marvel made people begrudgingly tolerate not paying attention to the credits until a scene pops up.
Oh my God, they waved at us. Did you see that?
Dude.
I think it was Seabiscuit. I think Seabiscuit was my first time with you guys.
Oh, that's the movie they jump in with, man. Woo!
It's like, gosh, we're not leaving.
Sorry.
Still mad at your family about it.
And now you do it ironically whenever we go to the theaters out of spite for me.
Totally missed who wrote the movie.
And there's no other way to find out.
Years of doing YouTube and still don't know how to find out who wrote movies.
Someone's going to come up with like a database someday that'll have every movie in it. There's going to be something at the end of this road.
Oh, they're going to slowly enter the gates of hell.
Yes, because hell is between here and the Orient, as was established earlier.
Hello there, esteemed viewer of The Real Rejects. I, Greg Alba, language connoisseur and worldly gentleman, am here to bestow upon you the secrets of Babbel, the language app that transforms mere mortals into linguistic gods in just 3 weeks. Why Babbel, you inquire? My dear friends, in this age of monolingual mundanity, Babbel is our beacon of hope, crafted by an army of over 150 language experts. Their lessons are like linguistic caviar, rich, refined, and oh so satisfying. Personal tale of triumph. I once whispered sweet nothings in Spanish, or for the layman, Espanol, to my wife, courtesy of Babbel. Her reaction, well, I'll tell you, she was utterly bewitched. Greg, you silver-tongued devil, no paraphrasing. She exclaimed such vocabulary as I basked in the glory of my perfect pronunciation. Because Babbel isn't just about learning words. It's about embracing the art of conversation with podcasts, live classes, and a veritable smorgasbord of interactive lessons. I know the words I'm saying. And their speech recognition? It's like having a personal language butler, ensuring every syllable is impeccably crisp. Now brace yourselves for an offer of monumental proportions. Here's a special limited time deal for our viewers and listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but again, only for our viewers at babbel.com/rejects. 55% off at babbel.com/rejects. Spelled BABBEL.com/rejects. Rules and restrictions may apply. Join me, the Greg Alba, in the adventure of language mastery at Babbel. We shall not just learn, no, nay, we shall conquer the world of communication. Or as they say in Spanish, comunicación. We're done with this ad. Alrighty, time to get a little bit serious. So around the holiday season, we often focus on getting gifts for others, but it's also important to consider the gifts that we give to ourselves. Personally, I've found that maintaining mental health balance is a continuous journey. Because like I mentioned before, I've been diagnosed with type 2 bipolar, ADHD, and PTSD. And in a lot of ways, I've also grown up in the last few years on camera with you guys. And therapy has been a crucial part of my life before the channel even. And like many of you, my anxiety and depression seems to magnify this time of year. Still don't quite understand the winter blues, but it does. However, therapy does help me navigate the ups and downs and stay grounded. For the most part. And while I have my own approach to therapy, I understand everyone's path is unique. And that's why we are proud to be sponsored by BetterHelp this week. It's an online platform that makes therapy accessible and tailored to your needs. And I know a few people who have discovered therapy via BetterHelp, and it has been transformative. You start with a questionnaire that helps match you with a licensed therapist. And the best part, and an important part, you can switch therapists anytime, ensuring the right fit for you. BetterHelp is all about convenience and flexibility. It fits into your schedule, and it's all online. So whether you're looking to start therapy for the first time or continue your journey, BetterHelp can be a great option. So in the season of giving, remember to give yourself what you need to. With BetterHelp, take that step towards your better self. So you can visit betterhelp.com/realrejects for 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/realrejects. Take care and stay healthy, Reject Nation. Happy holidays. Burt V. Royal wrote this movie. We all know Burt V. Royal.
Love Burt V. Royal.
He wrote Big Hero 6, which you can definitely see kind of...
He was additional crew on Big Hero 6.
Because it's laced throughout, yeah. It's in a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Will Gluck.
Yeah, I was going to say, where else have I heard his name?
Oh, he did Friends with Benefits. That was a great movie.
And Peter Rabbit, everyone and the Annie with Jamie Foxx.
John.
Oh yeah.
John.
What's up, dude?
Did it live up as someone who is a fanatic?
Yes.
Over the Scarlet Letter? Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, this was pretty much a 1-to-1 adaptation, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased with how literary it was, you know, keeping all of the original, dialogue from the book and all those recognizable Ohio locations that Nathaniel Hawthorne was writing about at the time. I like that they really just went there instead of doing it on a volume or CGIing against green screens or whatever. I think this is like, if you ever have, like she says in the movie, like watch the original movie and not the Demi Moore one. I think you could just watch Easy A if you ever have to do a book report.
Oh, for sure.
The Scarlet Letter, and then you'll know everything you need to know. So yeah, I think this was perfect. Actually.
Enough with the sardonic quips.
Sardonic cast. No, I had a great time with it. This was cool. I mean, obviously there are a lot of man voices authoring this movie. But I really
Well,
like,
that's what made it accessible for a man to watch.
That's why we enjoyed it
women's
as much as we did.
I'm like, this is how women should be interpreted.
Yes. If
Thank you.
If Tina Fey had written this, count me out. But
I would be like, this is not at all
I
a
don't-
woman. Now you're just preaching messages.
What I can't understand what anyone is saying. Like I really enjoyed the way this came together, and I like this. Raunchy sex comedies can go either way for me. Like I can easily enjoy one, but it's not like my go-to genre necessarily. And I like that this is a sex comedy about the concept rather than the actual thing, which is the actual act, which I think is part of what gives it such a lovely edge and gives it the opportunity to inhabit so many layers and nuances and stuff, because it's like breezy and fun in so many ways, and it's like the perfect concept, but I think it's also a lovely twist on the story, the book, because that's a lot more straightforward. And this is, like, it starts out as a fun kind of prospect that then goes wrong and spirals way out of control. And I think it's a great blend of when they take a piece of literature, as they have with many movies, like I think She's the Man is another one of those, and Clueless is one of those, and there are a lot of movies that borrow directly from like Jane Austen or Shakespeare or whatever, and are kind of doing it, but
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter, definitely.
They borrow from the Harry Potter books.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, same thing. It was going to be. I liked that this, instead of just interpreting the source material, instead of interpreting a source material and making it modern and using like just the straight building blocks of that, this took a clear touchstone in the Scarlet Letter and played into it, but played off of it as well, in a way that I think, not to slight any of those other movies, because I love some of those movies, but I like that this did that.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban totally is young old Goodman Brown. Some old short story I read once upon a time. I like that this did that, and then went the extra step of, and you have all the 80s movies influences in there too. So it does a riff on the thing, but without only doing that thematically. It built on and went a bunch of different directions from, and I think that helps to make it kind of rich and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And having it posed through her perspective and following, this sort of meta sex comedy journey of again, the idea much more so than the actual act. I don't know, like it could be raunchier. Obviously, it's not an R-rated comedy, but like this is the kind of flavor I very much kind of lock into and gravitate toward when it comes to a movie like this, because there is a fair amount of raunchy subject matter and whatnot, but it also has like a wholesome heart at the core that feels very clear and not like it's tacked into the movie or like it's working in spite of how crude or whatever it wants to be. Like, I thought it was really well tempered. What did you think, sir?
I think that we could have used some like nudity with Emma Stone.
Yeah, man.
It's called Easy A.
Yeah, Easy A for easy ass shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, as a viewer, disappointed.
Didn't believe any of it.
As a pretentious film snob, I was really impressed.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially the restraint to not show the easy ass shots.
Yeah,
that were
this
definitely
high school
deleted.
character.
She wasn't in high school when it was made, right? She was gonna be.
None of these actors are.
She dropped out of Sucker Punch to do this movie.
Did she really?
According to this IMDb fact, right there.
I would say that worked out.
So
and
that just
I
made
would
me go.
say that I wonder if Jenna Malone then from Saved,
Yeah.
which is a similar but not quite the same comedy, stepped into Sucker Punch. There you go. Perfect.
I haven't seen Sucker Punch.
Nor have I.
I can imagine that this probably exercises her acting talents better than everything I've ever heard about it.
Nah,
Sucker Punch.
man. In Sucker Punch, she would have had to have
I would have got
been
those
a
easy
samurai,
A shots I was
and
looking for.
She
though.
would have in the shortest possible.
saying.
She said that thing about her skirt never going above her fingers,
Yeah.
and like not the case in Sucker Punch, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've always heard good things about this movie and that it was a surprisingly good film. And this came out at the time when 2010? Yeah, because we used to get like a bunch of raunchy R-rated comedies, like the boom of Apatow films.
Sure.
And that sort of changed comedy as we know it. Like the Will Ferrell, which had a lot of Apatow produced, but eventually he wasn't producing every Will Ferrell movie. But the
Will Ferrell is a much more farcical, heightened thing.
Yeah.
And then Apatow is
You had and then Apatow was like, let them improvise and we'll make a movie.
Let's
you know?
make it realer.
Yeah,
sort
so
of.
I'm always happier when I see something. Like there's that joke, and I can't find anything about like the Phil Lord. It might have just been coincidence, honestly, about Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And what I love about this kind of comedy is the sharpness and how it's like made like an actual film. It's really composed. You kind of get the sense of like it's got like an action director or something, because there's so much style to it, and there's substance behind the filmmaking.
Yeah, energy.
And everything seems very purposeful and thought out prior to shooting, instead of let's just hire funny people, let them be funny, and then we'll make a movie out of it.
And then we'll do some basic coverage. And
yeah. I mean, they thematically thought everything. Like as a script, it all starts with the script, right? And as a script, I think it's a very, very solid screenplay. This movie is only 90 minutes long, and the characters are so well thought out. I mean, Emma Stone is overhyped, you know.
She can't act.
Every time I see her in something, I'm like, God, I can't stand this bitch. Hate her. No, she's an icon. She's like great in everything, and she just seems like I can't think of another actor who I would say, another actress especially, who I would say is like, it just seems so natural like that. When people say like girl next door or relatable or just doesn't sound like they're reading from a script, whatever. Like she's given, and especially in a movie like this where she's given these lines of dialogue where even sometimes I'm like, wait a minute, what does that word mean? You know, like I'm some of the characters in this movie going, yeah, I mean, not in my head because there's a camera pointing at me and I'll laugh. But sometimes I'm also going, I'm not sure I know what that means, but I think I understand. You know,
you're laughing with the energy and then thinking back to the actual content of the words. Yeah,
yeah, and I love the representation of that kind of character in this film, because you know, you normally wouldn't see that. A lot of times that level of wit and that wide range of this crazy vernacular, you would not really see it in a way that just is a part of the character that doesn't draw an obnoxious amount of attention to it. Like it's just the way she talks, you know? And then sometimes there'll be scenes where people will be like, what does that mean? And I think that's appropriate, but more often than not, they're not just, and it's not like she's the odd one in the family too, who's like that. You can
like commit to the bit family.
I mean, you could see the way her parents are drawn in this movie, of why she is the way she is. And I like how it was formed in a supportive, loving manner. And even though she is an outcast and the odd one out, and it does not really blend in with the crowd, like she's the furthest thing from a cliche high school girl, and she doesn't care to fit in with the norm. Yet none of that, I feel like in a typical movie, like you might have like one wacky parent or something like that. And I think they go against the grain here on how she is formed the way she is, because her parents are also kind of odd. They got strange idiosyncrasies, but like just above, they're weird. They are weird, but in a way that feels like believable for the world that's constructed here.
Yeah.
And they're also very accepting, and they also have a lot of intelligence and sophistication as well that comes out in the way they speak. Vocabulary is a big part of their household when they are just conversing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they had that done in a way that where most movies, I think there would have been a bit of she's like the way she is because she is like liberal, rebellious girl or some bullshit. I don't know. So I'm making up like the terrible version that you would more than likely see, right?
The obnoxious version of this,
yeah. And I think this movie just had a great heart about it, because even like all this stuff they managed to make a solid PG-13 sex comedy that felt like raunchier and vulgar, more vulgar than it actually is.
Yeah.
But they never show you or do anything or ever go hard R with their language whatsoever.
Yeah.
And there's like no strong language. And it's all rooted in this woman who just finds herself compelled to do things out of the kindness of her heart, but then eventually things go dark for her when she starts acting on it for other reasons, where she is just like, I want the gift cards, I want the money, and but when it is just from the kindness of her heart, it's not as terrible for her.
It nicely represents something that's like a kind of wild but tangible and sort of sweet idea, then sort of spiraling out of control after a while, or getting big enough to a point that then there are too many branches of it to contain. And I thought they orchestrated, not that it's as harsh as like the contrast of a Boogie Nights, but it kind of has that thing of like, hey, this is starting out, pretty good opportunity for me to increase my social clout and also make a little money, and then shit becomes too real. And I like the way they spread things out too, because there's that whole bit where she's like, this is where I became a homewrecker, and it's not until a while later that ties all together, and it's like it gives you enough time it plants seeds, it gives you enough time to forget, and the movie just kind of lives in what feels like a very natural pace after that. And I think it has a nice blend of height versus earnest sincerity, because like, especially in the dialogue, and no shade, I know some people get very upset over stuff like Juno. No shade to I like Juno, but that is an example of a movie where it's like, all the dialogue is hyper stylized, and this movie has some of that, and it's very apparent with her family. But I think it has just enough of it, but not enough that it boils over into like this is a complete, sort of comic strip now or something.
They assign it to the right characters.
There's the right amount of whimsy placed in the right spots for the most part. There were very few, if any, like characters or dynamics that didn't feel like they fit, even if they like the family to me is one of the broader parts or toward the broader end of the spectrum, but like their shared energy really just felt like everyone playing off of each other in the moment, like and they had such lovely energy collectively that like even if there were times where I was like, how did you get the most perfect parents ever? But at the same time, that's part of the charm, and I thought they were used nicely. And so,
because there's it's not like they never do a moment like, here's my traumatic flashback.
Here's the thing we don't talk about. That's secretly the reason we're secretly dysfunctional.
Here's my wound.
But
her identity still feels very specific.
Totally,
as opposed to rooting it in trauma, which is kind of weirdly refreshing.
Well, because it roots it in things that are more tangible, like the discomfort of being at a party with a bunch of kids and being kind of introduced to ideas that obviously everyone's like fascinated by, but you don't quite understand. You're learning about all the birds and bees stuff, and that whole thing with
the storks
doing the kiss, them making the promise after the spin the bottle and the kiss, the lie about the kiss. Like those are real things, or those are these are things that aren't as huge world-rending stakes like in adult life, but like when you're in junior high or you're in high school, these things are important, and they do affect how your whole social interaction goes.
Well, that's why I love the shots when they're saying that the rumors spread like wildfire. They make it feel like a city. So while in adult life you're dealing with a city a lot of the time. Sometimes it's just like the office, workplace, or whatever. More often than not, everywhere is a high school. It's true. I think, did you hear that from Josh when we were younger? That's what I heard that from. Josh told me that when we were younger. He said, when you grow up, you realize everywhere is a high school, and that always stuck with me. As a homeschooled student, it always stuck with me.
You didn't miss as much as you thought you did, because you go anywhere with enough people.
Everywhere is a high school. That always stuck with me when I heard that. But they do make it feel like a little city at all times. So it's not really about, because you can have it be about there's a sky beam happening and the world's going to end, but it doesn't make the stakes feel any real or tangible. It's just about selling the audience on the importance and the significance of the emotionality to the characters, and I think this movie does a great job at that. With struggles that I don't really know, like I can empathize with a lot of it, but like the guy who's dealing with being gay in high school. Like, I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
And what last time I get my updates of what high school might be like from what I hear people talk about in movies.
Yes.
Like 21 Jump Street was like the last high school movie I've seen. Like,
totally.
so, maybe gay people aren't as trounced down in California. You know, I've been like many other parts of America for sure, but maybe in like North Hollywood.
I feel like it's more different now than even in 2010. Like
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I think I'm sure that people still struggle. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I know.
I think the world as we know it is probably like a 21 Jump Street thing, where like we live in a world where it's safer than ever, relatively speaking, to come out. But I gotta imagine that high school is still a harsh place, and people are always making gay jokes anyway, especially at that age. So like, yeah, it's. I feel like that will always be, until there's no friction in society. That'll always be a sort of relevant thing.
Yeah. Well, even with her character and the sexual pressures that you experience, I mean, I can identify with that. You know, when like you have friends around you who are experiencing stuff and going through the motions in life, and you're not, and you don't really understand your identity or emotional association when it comes to these things, and like how do I? And sometimes you get older, you still don't really understand or know, and it's a constant discovery. You know, like, so I get that it. I understand that aspect of it. So there's still things to relate on. So yeah, there's a lot of great things I love about it, but we should talk about some things that I thought were kind of on a bit of a dip.
Oh.
I do think Penn Badgley feels the most cliche out of any character here. He's the only one where I feel like there's nothing, like, you are exactly this guy in this genre of movie.
Yeah, and we don't really get to know you beyond the archetype.
And I could see a defense for that's the point, because by the end, he is the embodiment of the kind of fantasy boyfriend she would want, who's doing all the amalgamation of 80s things at the end. But if you look at the characters that Emma Stone is riffing on, the characters Emma Stone is citing of the kind of guys, they all have personalities that are all distinct from each other.
Yes.
So I would go against that defense, assuming that is someone's defense for why Penn Badgley's character is severely underwritten.
Yeah. I enjoyed his presence most certainly, but
because he's Penn Badgley, he's charming.
Yeah,
naturally.
100%.
Yeah.
But I can't disagree. I mean, I don't find myself longing for like a bunch of extra scenes, but at the same time, yeah, he is the least fleshed and he gets the least opportunity to, like, I don't know, kind of be a real person. Because I think they do make some interesting, like, the movie
feels like a ghost.
Yes, he did kind of. I get what you mean, or like an imaginary, like a hallucination, or
just always shows up to be like, "Hey, I accept you."
Yeah,
every scene.
He's my inner voice telling me I have self-worth. I think it's interesting too, because they bothered to it doesn't get dark or traumatic in a lot of ways, but they do bother to nuance certain things. Like I appreciate that the second guy who comes through was like, Brandon told me what you did. Like, that guy, they play with in a way where by the end it's kind of clear, like, no, this guy kind of sucks. There's a lot of like relatable and kind of pitiable things about him, but at the ultimate end of the day, his attitude is a bad one where it counts. And you also get the moment with the guy where they go to the lobster restaurant and everything, and that is like, it gets close to being a kind of harsh scenario. It could have been much more harsh. And so, like, even those small characters get a bit of flesh.
John, I'm going to interrupt you. What is this thing that keeps happening on the OBS? We have an OBS. This happened with Aaron and Andrew when they were filming. And it's like big thumbs up thing pops up. Just keep this in the video.
I've never seen that in my
here.
life.
It completely puts our backup recording on pause, and I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Oh, good.
I wonder, like, if there is a
goody.
way to like take a photo of it and explain to someone at Apple support,
Yeah,
like,
totally.
like, hey, this shit just keeps happening, and it completely, I have no idea why it pops up, or see now it's completely frozen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Great
John.
question. I don't know. I'll have to
Anyway.
look into that.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Well, just that those more.
What is that? It did it again. We saw it in real time form.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea what that is.
I've never seen
It's,
that
it's like
before
a
in my
thumbs
life.
up, being like, "We're
It's in
here
a
to
bubble?
freeze you."
Yeah. Great job on your video. It's done.
No, your thumbs
The
up
video's
is
done. You did a good job.
I've
You're
never
done.
had a thumbs up actually be like a threat.
Yeah. Or at least a dismaying, like, crowbar thrown into the gears, wrench thrown into the
Fuck
gears.
happened here? Oh man, it's annoying. Let's try it. Let's see if it does it again. It's not doing it now. Hold on, let me try this. Maybe it's because I opened this.
I don't know.
No,
Your
no.
AirPods are always grabbing the computer somehow. somewhere.
Yeah, I mean it's not now though. See?
Yeah.
I don't take out my AirPods when people are filming because of that shit.
It's a hazard. Yeah.
Because Apple's like, connect everything.
Everything must connect, and it's gonna happen now. Yeah, because to be fair, it's also like if you wanted to just connect them independently, it would probably lead to research of how to do it, especially with the way they remix their controls. Anyhow,
what were we saying about?
I was saying those
characters
those
being good
small characters even get like some weird little amount of flesh.
Yeah.
And again, I very much enjoyed Penn Badgley, but he oddly is maybe the most sort of fantasy character, in that, because even the parents, who again do border on that, have a lot of really lovely, earnest, heartfelt nuance and like actual kind of guiding spirit.
I felt like they made for a character like Emma Stone, especially, who is such a very specific type of personality, like just very detailed, and she kind of goes for like the most cliche. Yeah.
Well, she goes to the first guy who's just a good guy. Who's,
Yeah.
not a trademark good guy, but just like an actual decent person, it seems.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't really get a sense of like how their friendship has gestated over the years. I just don't really got a good sense of his personality, other than he's like a nice guy.
Well, they ride most of the stuff with him on that flashback, so I feel like
Yeah, that was my one concern. And I think Amanda Bynes is good. I think she's good. It is the part of the movie that what I liked that the movie actually did that surprised me was because they were doing the whole thing with like making fun of like fanatical Christians, right? And then they had a moment, this section of the film where she decides to try to understand. She's like going to the churches. She's trying to get answers. She wants to actually understand the point of view.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool to include that. And they kind of go back on that, with the whole like Fred Armisen.
And I thought more would come of that, A, because of that they bothered to get him, and B, that is an interesting idea. Like, I thought the movie was going to give a thoughtful piece of advice from him and maybe subvert that. I liked the joke of his performance, but I was maybe hoping for a little bit of like, well, I have all this friction with Amanda Bynes, but like her dad is actually living up to the spirit of what he's trying to preach, by trying to help me out, or something like that.
And so I liked that she was like searching for the point of view, which was a real surprise. It did become a little too cartoony for me though at times when they would cut to the fanatical Christians.
They are a bit of a punch line, or you could argue they're punching a little, not in a very mean way, but they're kind of punching down.
They're 1,000% punching down.
Yeah.
They're 1,000,000% punching down.
Yeah, when he whips out that guitar and the one guy starts singing, like it's funny, but also, I mean, they are like, they're not giving as much of that. Here's a bit of nuance and personality to balance these people out and to help you see past the stereotype that so many other characters are getting the benefit of the doubt of. And
you will lose that in a runtime.
Sure.
Bottom line, like you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Pare these people down.
But for everything that we got that is positives, and also I thought that I love the early jokes with the adopted kid. And I like how there's something about me that really likes just how simple and accepting of a situation it is. Like they don't try to make a whole storyline out of it. They don't try to have these like extra scenes. They did set him up to be
a
character though, and nothing becomes of that. It's just But part of me likes that because there's something refreshing about, hey, it's not a secret. It's very open. He's adopted. They make fun of it because he's like the black kid in the family, you know.
I think it's like I think it might have, to me, I think partly is the family. Again, I know I've said it a couple times, feels a bit more broad than some of the other characters and elements of the movie, and I think that
they feel like hippies without being hippies.
Yeah, without being too much of the hippie joke.
From
yeah, they're like high functioning adjusted hippies, and
like good careers and everything.
Yeah, and I guess the thing with the brother is that it becomes only that, and like that's such like a meme of their family that I stopped thinking of him as an actual character.
Yeah.
And like their whole rapport on screen in this movie is just them making adoption jokes, which is funny, which is great. But I was hoping maybe that they would he and Emma Stone would have some kind of anything or like a scene together or something that can kind of help his eye line, because he's clearly privy to all this stuff that she's doing, at least to some extent, and maybe he doesn't understand it all. And again, it's probably one of those things that you would cut for runtime. But I was kind of thinking like, oh man, if we could get like a scene or a moment that, you know, does something for his journey, because he's going to be walking into, you know, the lion's den of high school and all that soon enough, you know. I don't know. I thought, some kind of bonding or some kind of other beat for him, aside from we're going to make a few jokes with you at the beginning and then about halfway through, we're not really, you're just going to be in the background if you're here at all.
Check it out for anagrams. Pendergast is an anagram for pretend shag. I thought that's a real unique name, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've heard it before. It's a real name, but yes, I bet they chose it just for that.
Emma Stone had an asthma attack during the fake sex scene.
Oh no!
Amanda Bynes decided to quit acting after watching herself in this film. This is it. This is the movie.
Really say that?
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence originally auditioned for the role of Olive. I can see that.
And then she did the
No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings. Yes, I was going to call it Sex Drive, but that's not the right movie.
So apparently, like the original script, this was a hard R.
41 F words.
S word 13 times and the C word 3 times. I'm just reading like, this is Amanda.
This was originally going to be a super bad. I like that this didn't have to be super bad. Because it's very much adjacent to, and it complements a movie like Superbad. But I thought, this, I don't know, this felt like
everyone in the family is named after food.
Sure, okay. There's so many fun little details. It's like, even though there might have been things we've talked about a couple of the gripes, but I thought that for what this movie is, it felt like kind of all it needed to be, at least on like a
Spider-Man connection.
Oh, was
Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman.
Of course. and he was in No Way Home with Andrew Garfield, and he was in Spider-Man with Emma Stone, and now they're connected. It's perfect. But yeah, like this, I didn't miss the R rating in this. Like,
no, not at all.
Not at all. So
I
even
felt
if
like
that was
intentionally PG-13.
Yeah, and I think it works.
Because
I think it's appropriate for.
It doesn't feel like they edited it down. It feels like they changed it in the script first and then made it, which is what they did.
And it feels like, even though high school kids swear a lot anyway, like it felt appropriate for this. And I think the use of slang words like slut and other things still carry a harshness that feels like you're doing a real curse, even if it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, John, it's really late. Can we end this video, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below on what you think about Easy A. Thank you to our sponsors. A great way to support the channel. Let's go support the sponsors. Let them know who sent you. And if you're listening to this on Apple and Spotify, please go ahead and rate this video. And I think that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you all soon.
Peace.
Peace.